Hello, I'm Tim Ryan from our Technology Area Design Group, and I'm here today to talk about Wi-Fi 6E. Wi-Fi 6E is a new technology in wireless that's going to create a new spectrum for our users. It's something that everyone should be aware of, and as everyone knows, technology and new products in technology is the lifeblood of our industry. This product is going to have some major impacts in wireless technologies. It's creating a new spectrum which is in demand for more devices and faster throughput. It's still on the horizon, it's coming, but it's going to be very impactful. And there's some certain things that you should be aware of in order to implement Wi-Fi 6E. First of all, it's going to take a very detailed wireless survey, as the spectrum is going to have shorter bandwidth and throughput. So you're going to have to do a very good job of surveying the facility in order to make sure you have the correct number of APs as well as placement of APs. This solution, while it's still in its infancy, has been approved and it will be coming out later in the next year or two. And there's a lot of technologies that are going to have to piggyback on the back end of that. The other benefit of it is that the devices will only work on 6E platform. So it's not backwards compatible. So what that means is, as more people use Zoom and video conferencing and more devices are on the wireless platform, it's going to free up that spectrum to make the latency lower and the throughput greater. It's a very great technology and it's coming, and there's some impacts that it will have when you design your space and considering Wi-Fi solutions.
Hi, I'm Frank Christoph, Team Lead with Sentinel's Technology Area Design Practice. And today I want to talk about wireless technology and the infrastructure that goes behind it to support it. As my colleague Tim Ryan talked about, Wireless 6E is coming out. It's going to have a really good impact on what we do as far as the design of that infrastructure that supports it. Now, for years we've always heard, can wireless supplant my entire cable plant so I don't have to have any wireless or drops at a workstation, right? Do everything wirelessly. Yes and no. What we're seeing today when we do these designs for wireless is a lot of our clients are moving more towards a wireless only infrastructure. But again, the hardwired technology still has its place. Conference rooms, private offices, they're going to require that cabling. Even in large work pod areas, workstation areas, we're seeing that if people want to reduce that amount of cabling and go with no cabling, we always recommend at least one of the workstations does have some hardwired connectivity, just to support numerous devices that may not be available or work well in wireless. Having said that, wireless has come a long way as far as what it can support and what it can do. But again, if you're going to go with an all wireless solution, or again, this wireless 6E is going to really benefit you, you've got to make sure that, one, we're accounting for not just the data traffic, but also voice traffic. So with people using soft phones, because now there's no wiring at the desk, they have to use a PC and a headset to make phone calls, that's really going to put a lot of traffic on the network. And again, the number of access points that go in, where they go, is really going to change. So what do you think you're saving on the fact that you're not wiring the workstations themselves directly? You're going to have to accommodate by wiring for additional access points up in the ceiling. One of the other things we talk about with our clients is that Category 6A is definitely required for these access points. I know some people say, well, today I can run a Category 6 cable. It works by existing access point. Why do I need to upgrade? What's going to happen is these newer access points operate at 2.5 and 5 gig throughput. And because of that, an ordinary Category 6 cable can't accommodate those speeds. It's only good for a gig. So again, you need that 10 gig cable to be able to accommodate that throughput from the access points. We also always recommend 2 cables per access point. Now again, a lot of people say that I'm not using 2 cables today. I only use 1 cable to the access point, or I won't use that second cable. I don't really think I'm going to need it. And again, some of the manufacturers coming out are saying that as they develop these new access points, they're not going to need both cables. Some of them, some aren't. And again, depending on what you're doing, you may have older switches that can't produce the power of Ethernet per port that you need to drive the device. So that's why we need those 2 cables to be able to at least provide power, not so much throughput, but to deliver power to that device so you can power it up. So again, when we lay these systems out, again, wireless, it's not a substitute for wired connections in the space. It's a good augmentation. And in some cases, it is a replacement, but not a total replacement for everything else. So as we plan this through, we always want to sit down with our clients and make sure that, one, whatever wireless coverage we're doing accommodates both voice and data. It's in the right areas. It's got the right density. And again, we still have wired connections to support applications that really need it and more mission critical.